Today we're going to talk about two different ways that you can use Twitter communities for your ministry. Hey heroes, my name is Tom Pounder and this is the Digital in 5 Show. This is a show where I take 5 minutes to talk about digital tools or trends that are happening around the world and apply it into our ministry context. And today we're going to talk about Twitter communities. In case you don't know what Twitter communities are, they are a new feature that are being released on Twitter, and you will start seeing them if you go on the desktop version. It's to the left side of your menu, and it's under communities, go figure. And if you're on the mobile version of Twitter, it's on the very bottom in the menu bar in the bottom, and it looks like a group, like a Facebook group kind of icon, and it's the communities icon. And you can discover a whole bunch of different communities that you can be a part of. And because they are developing these communities, it provides us, as ministers and church leaders, with an opportunity here. Because you have to think of Twitter communities like Facebook groups. Okay, Twitter communities is essentially the same thing. It's essentially the same thing as Facebook groups. And with Facebook groups, you can do lots of cool things with it. So think of it this way. You can take everything that you're basically doing on Facebook groups and put it into a Twitter community. For instance, the two ways that I'm going to highlight real quick, but then we're going to talk about other practical uses of it. Two ways that you can highlight Twitter communities and use them for your ministry is one for Bible studies. Okay, so you can create just like for instance, your church is named Church of the Free, and you want an online group to do a Bible study. You can create the Church of the Free online Bible study group. And in it, you can invite a bunch of people, and you can also make it known to a bunch of people that you're doing a Bible study and join your community. And every day, you can just post a daily encouragement or a Bible study that you want them to process and think through. And it's just a great way to reach a whole different audience, okay? It's a great way to reach a whole different audience, because with Facebook groups, you're reaching those people already. Different people are on Twitter than they are on Facebook groups. And so I want to encourage you that you can use Twitter as an opportunity to meet new people. So you can start a Bible study like that, or this is the other way that you can use Twitter communities. You can start a group. I mean, that sounds silly, I know, but you can start a group, like a parents group. You can start a group that centers around a specific theme like Christmas or like Easter or summer. You can start different groups to reach a different group of people. Again, think of it just like you would on Facebook groups, but apply it into your Twitter context. So again, you can start a Bible study in a group where you can encourage people on a daily basis, or you can start a specific group centered around a theme or a topic that you can reach people on Twitter and encourage them in that way. And again, like I already said, the reason why you would do this, in addition to what you're doing on Facebook groups, is because you're reaching a whole different person. There are different people on Twitter than there are on Facebook. There are different people playing video games than there are on Twitter. There are different people on TikTok than there are on Twitter. It changes, okay? So just because you have Facebook groups doesn't mean that you can't start a Twitter community. And this Twitter community provides you with a great opportunity, again, to reach new people and to continue to spread the good news about the gospel. So I want you to look for Twitter communities. I want you to start exploring different opportunities for you to use it. I've given you two: Bible study and a theme group that you can encourage people in Christ every single day. Look for those opportunities and start exploring and start ministering to those people in your Twitter community. All right, so those are the two ideas I got. Are there other ideas? I would love to hear your thoughts on them. Definitely put it in the comment section below. Or you can hit me up on Twitter, @TAPounder is my Twitter handle. I would love for us to continue this conversation so we can encourage each other in how to use Twitter communities for ministry purposes. All right, heroes, thanks so much for joining me. As always, if you enjoyed this episode, definitely go to YouTube and subscribe to the video version, or you can go to iTunes or Spotify to subscribe to the video version of this. Or you can just go to tompounder.com. There I've got all my content. I've got blogs, I've got podcasts. The Church Digital Sidekick podcast is on there. I've got information about Sidekick Spaces, the new Twitter Spaces show that I'm starting up. And I've got also information about the Digital Bootcamp Facebook group and the Digital Ministry Twitter community group that I would love for you to be a part of. Again, it's all at tompounder.com. All right, heroes, well, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Until next time, have a great one.